Hi guys, my name is Alyssa Ginsburg and I am currently a middle level education major at Illinois State, and this is going to be my cultural bag presentation. So for my bag, I decided to use my teacher bag because I use this whenever I do, like if I'm going to do student teaching, I'll be using this, and I've brought this to all of my observations at Metcalf so far, and I really think it's the cutest bag ever, and I think it was the first thing I got when I decided to change my major to education, and it really kind of tied everything and reaffirmed my decision for me. So I'll be using that. The first item in my bag is going to be my microphone. I got this for my birthday last year. The reason why I picked this is because music has always been such a huge part of my life. And it's made me the person that I am today. I was in voice lessons for 12 years when I was in, it was K through 12 pretty much for me. Singing has always been a huge part of my life, and I really don't know where I would be if I didn't have that as an outlet. I think a lot of people use music or headphones as one of their items, but it really can represent who you are culturally. I love listening to any type of music or anything, so that's why I picked it. It's always been a huge part of my life, and it will be for the rest of my life, and it's going to be a part of me no matter where I go. And the second thing I picked was, hold on. This is a picture I took when I visited Ireland with my brother. The reason why I picked this specific picture is because I'm actually part Irish, if you can't tell by the red hair. So I'm also a very avid traveler. Traveling is all I want to do ever. So going to Ireland was on my bucket list, and I'm really glad that I got to go visit and see part of what my culture is like. It was really a really great trip, and I recommend going for anyone. And we went to Killarney, and this was one of the most beautiful little places that we saw. I just snapped this picture really quick, and I really loved it there. It was one of the best trips I've ever taken. And for this third item, I decided to pick was this cute little thing of pens. I think this represents me not only as a teacher but as a student. School has always been a huge part of my life. I've always been someone who has strived to do their best in school, and I really hope that one day I can be the educator that I've always wished for, and be the educators that I looked up to in my middle school and high school years are the type of teachers that I want to be. So I thought this was just a very cute little touch. I've always wanted to go to Illinois State. I knew from the moment that my sister went that that's where I wanted to go, and when I used to see her do well in school, and so I always knew that higher education was going to be the path that I would take, and it was really important for me to get good grades and do well and achieve big things in school. My next item are my keys. These are actually my keys. If you can't tell, I work at Victoria's Secret. I'm the brand operations supervisor there. It's definitely a part of my culture because it's something I pretty much do every day of my life. The people that I've surrounded myself with from there are some of my best friends, and it's definitely a very tight-knit, close group of people there, and I really am very fortunate to work with the people that I do get to work with. But I chose this because it's a huge part of my everyday life. It's somewhere that I can go, and the people there are the people that I count on every single day. It's definitely their morals and their passions are some of my morals and my passions, and it's definitely a company that I believe in, and a company that I believe is doing great things for women everywhere, and that's very important to me. So it's definitely a big part of who I am now. I've worked there for about almost 2 years now, and I got promoted this summer, which was really great. I've always wanted to be a leader in the work environment. I've always strived to be a leader someone can really rely on, And once I was offered this position, I was really, really, really grateful and gladly accepted it. It has been challenging at times. It's hard to balance being a supervisor and going to school full time, but it's something that I've always strived to succeed at, and I feel like I'm slowly but surely learning how to balance it, and it has been such a great journey, and I'm glad that I did what I did and accepted this position. Alrighty. The next item I have is this Christmas card I got from my niece. This is my great niece, Charlotte, and my niece was actually pregnant at the time, and this is how she announced that she was pregnant. Being an aunt is one of the most important things to me. I want to be a role model for my nieces and my nephews and my great nieces now, which is really great. Since then, my niece did have her baby. Her name's Athena. I'm actually going to visit her tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. But being an aunt and being a role model to these girls and my nephew is something that I've always strived for and something I've always wanted to be. I would say my nieces and my nephews are my favorite people on this planet. They're a huge part of who I am and who I want to be. And I hope that I can be an educator to someone like this little girl. And I'm really excited for that journey. And for my last, I actually picked a picture for my last item. This is a picture of me and my entire family. So that is my mom and my dad and my sister and my brother. So I have two siblings, obviously. My brother is actually 45. He's 25 years apart from me, and my sister is 4.5 years older than me. So there's a big age gap in between me and my siblings, which has made it challenging at times, but I wouldn't change it. I have gotten some really great nieces and nephews out of that, so I'm really happy for that. My family is a big part of my everyday life. I don't know where I would be without them. Family is something that is very important to me, and it is such a huge aspect of my everyday life. Like, whenever anything happens to me, my family members are the people that I turn to instantly. I think that family is a huge deal. No matter where I go, I want to have my family by my side, and I want to be half of the mom that my mom is to me right now. So yeah, that is my cultural bag. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's, and thank you.